Hello, so initially I wanted to do separate videos for the patches of the game, but the patches themselves are short, but very important because they changed a lot of things. So I'll just integrate the news of the patch in my Let's Plays, and I'll also show you what they add and some of the other stuff. So what did they add with the recent patches on the 15, on the 16? Well, let me read a little bit about them because it's actually a lot. It's not a lot of text, but it's a lot of important stuff. More importantly, when a boarded ship disappears, your items are put in a chest and they do not disappear. It makes life a lot easier. I guess that means uh, the items on your boat will remain in the chest until you go back and retrieve them or something like that. I don't understand, but that's definitely something very good because people are complaining about that. That they're boarding ships and accidentally getting the loot destroyed, their items destroyed. Now you have more mining points where you can farm resources, meaning you have more diamonds when you're dredging in the dredge points. They fix some bugs with the anchor and some of the other stuff, but mostly they have increased the amount of resources you can find everywhere. And they also added the offline crafting finally. They also introduced seaweed fields on the map, which probably is just like a random spawn like debris that can spawn on certain parts of the map. I think the debris was something like a circle around the map. So basically more loot from dredge points, more loot from destroyed enemy ships, offline crafting, meaning if you put your base to work for 100 iron plates, it will actually produce 100 plates even if you leave the game. And offline crafting was one of the features that should have been in the game since the beginning, but I guess the developers messed up some code or something. Plus the extra loot, but there is also some bad news. They reduced at the frequency at which armada spawns. So spawn delay has been introduced for some enemies, meaning the armadas cannot be farmed as before just because they are spawning one after the other and people could just, I don't know, sit around them, a group of 4 or 5 people, and just farm them. So that's a big problem because that was the only way to gain experience to farm armadas. I guess we'll just have to do that a bit later. Not in this episode. I'll have to do my own testing and see how that is. And they also added a boss, a quest that is a repeatable quest with a boss over here. Over here, it seems like this is a ship. This is not actually a big structure, but it looks like a ship on the map. Over here, you
You need
can
to wreck a
move.
Sharkee's flagship located in the center of Shark.
I'm ready to begin the assault. Be careful, this is a very hard mission. And as you can see, that will instance the entire thing, meaning you will have... Oh, wow. I already hate it. I hope nothing respawns. Wait, where did all of my energy go? They spawn me without my energy. Things possible in this game. Okay, let's wait a little bit for our energy to recharge, and as you can see, it will put you in an instance. We have to travel... What is shooting me? Nothing was alive anymore. Everything was made unalive by me. As you can see, the increased looting is definitely going to help a lot of people out, especially in the beginning. I think that's enough energy. Oh, no. What is even that thing? I think it's a turret. And a floater. Definitely not doing this quest ever again. That minigun can destroy your entire ship in seconds. It shreds in seconds. You don't even have time to react to it. I know, I'll just forget about it. I guess that guy's not dying today. I don't know, I I had the same problem when I was playing the game and I arrived here for the first time. That guy is particularly hard to hit for whatever reason. Just a waste of time. Oh! Okay, I see. So you have to hit that spot specifically, otherwise you don't do any damage almost. Something big is hitting me. I hate it. But I'm not going away until I destroy this guy over here. Yeah, the developers still have a lot of work to do on the game. Table. Oh, I didn't even notice that guy over there. Slowly... Yeah, the waves are also pretty big in this base. I hate it so much. Oh. I already see more enemies. Oh, thank you. The waves make it so hard to even aim. It's laggy, I don't know. This is impossible. What are the developers thinking about? Yeah, they should balance this a lot more. Let's consider just pre-firing me like it's the Escape from Tarkov. Pre-firing. I think I'll just get destroyed by the torpedoes.
There's nothing to repair it with, Captain.
Man. Yeah, I hate this so much. I'll try to finish it, but definitely don't try to do this. It's so silly the way it's designed. Doesn't even matter what weapon you have, it's cannon or not. As consider just firing the torpedoes from around the corner, and there is so much vision distortion or screen shake. Let's call it screen shake, but it's also vision distortion. You cannot even get a chance to aim at the guys in the building. I think that's a bit unfair, considering how the game is designed. But let's get through this. I don't think there is any loot for finishing this. You just get some experience. Oh, it's a floater, come on. Give me an assist, that was my kill. Problem is I cannot see anything. Okay, this I guess you have to go very slow and painfully through all of this. I've already disabled 2 of my cannons. The cannons are tier 3, not super expensive to repair, but still going to make a dent. Oh, and that's the boss ship. Oh wow, it looks kind of crazy, like in Mad Max. Okay, so that's where the minigun is, on top of it. That was close, that was super close. And that thing was eating. So you only get 400 experience from what I understand, and that's it. You don't get any loot for destroying the boss over here, and that's the main problem. You don't get the loot. If you would have gotten the loot, I would have been okay with the quest. Well, I guess it's 400 experience, which is nothing, but I think the developers will eventually balance the entire game out. But for now, I don't know, it seems like it's a little bit weird that such a hard quest is only so little experience. It's basically the radio ruin tower, except it's harder, and you also have miniguns. This now I have to go out manually. Maybe I could have gotten out another way from here, but I'll just use this the way I came in. I love the design of the city so much because it's a sunken city that is inhabited by mutants. And it's probably the biggest pieces of land on the entire known map, but apparently we don't really live here because of the radiation and of course the sharkies. Scrap plastic, that was a lot of plastic. Yeah, if they actually make some loot for the boss, then it will be worth it, but otherwise don't try it.
Great job.
And that's it, bye bye. He says bye bye and you're out.
You need to wreck a Sharkee's flagship located in the center of...
This is only 400 experience and so much pain and misery. I don't know what to say about it. Okay, apparently I didn't complete the quest with the twins. So if you want to know all about the twins, well, the twins are actually related to the Fighters for the Colosseum quest. In order to get the quest for the twins, you need to do some missions for the scavengers, which is this thing over here. So you do the you get the Fighter for the Colosseum first, which you don't have any way of solving in the beginning, and then you do some quest for the scavengers over here, and then you get another quest, and then you actually get to Shark City. And when you go to Shark City, you pick up something from outside of the city, I think from over here or somewhere, and finally then, only then will you get the twins from the scavengers. And now you have to continue their quest. I thought it will finish, you will have to give back the twins if you finish the quest, but apparently that's not the case. So let's do the Fighters for the Colosseum, which is related to Depth Collection, which is related to Find the Hunter, and I think that will be a high level ship. Let's go to the courthouse. That was a bit scary, especially in the final moments when you cannot really see the thing, but as you can see, the game is super atmospheric, and I can see a lot of improvement for the game, especially when it comes to shipbuilding and some of the other stuff, PvP and so on. Well, I also have to tinker a lot more with my boat, since now it has enough speed, but doesn't have enough stability. I also want to get to tier 5. That's going to be a lot harder now since they nerfed the only way to get experience, which is farming Armada for 2 days. I would have needed to sit 2 days in a farming spot. Now I might need to sit 3 days in a farming spot. So I'm not sure.
Doesn't sound like he's looking for a peaceful solution to our little problem.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Riviera. Oh. I was flanked by those ships. I hope it didn't spawn the Riviera boat. I think the Riviera is one of the things you cannot capture at the moment. Oh, I thought this was a bigger ship, but I think I might have been mistaken, or they might have changed it during the quest. What do you mean? They spawn more! Oh, this game is so silly sometimes. So they don't fix the basic problems, but... Get all of those torpedoes. This is where I need the machine guns. The machine guns, I think they can destroy the torpedoes or the missiles. What is that, I think? Father's dagger. Nice.
Captain, thanks for your help. I suggest we head over to the giraffe bar and talk things over there.
Things over there. These are the twins, Bakir and Amira. Oh, it's that bug, yeah. So many people complain that sometimes when they press a button it doesn't work. That's because that's not ready. The translocator is not ready. And wow, I guess you have to exit and then continue. So I used one of the energy packs. Let's see if it works right now. Sometimes it doesn't reset normally, and people said it doesn't work, but I think it's just related to the way energy is reset. So it failed to reset the energy. I'm pretty sure it was still on cooldown. I don't think it took my energy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's just do the quest. Oh man, some of these quests are really crazy. You have to invest a lot of time.
today.
This was where we saw our parents for the last time, Captain. Honestly, my sister and I really appreciate your help.
I don't really like
You
twins,
kept
but
your promise, and it's our turn to keep ours. Here's the thing. You're a great captain. Your crew is amazing, and we took a liking to life at sea.
yeah, sure,
It really seems like
you can.
what we've always been looking for. So, we want to stay with your team.
But this guy's a weeb. He has kunai daggers on his forearms.
Damn the Colosseum! Standing on a wet deck, squinting against the spray, and aiming at the engine of a pirate getting away, that's the life we're looking for. Waving daggers around in arenas is... We promise to serve you faithfully, and we're not afraid of a fight. Of course, if you take us, you'll miss out on your award for the Colosseum, so think long and hard.
Collection. That was a lot of experience. Okay, so let's go to the Colosseum now. Well, at least that's what someone on the on the forum said, that you don't actually lose them, but I also want to finish the quest because as you can see that was 2500 experience, which is a lot of experience, believe me. At this point of the game, at any point of the game, 2500 experience is massive.
How are things going, Cap? Salve. It looks like luck is still on your side.
Salve, it's a Roman
You
war.
brought me the fighters?
It's a Roman it's a Roman salute. Only now I noticed that he has tattooed a Roman little crown on his head.
Well,
Olive
that's
branch.
your right. I won't hide it. I'm disappointed. Ave, barbarian.
Ave Barbarian.
Hi, barbarian.
Ave.
Hi.
And that's it. That's the whole quest. Navigation cabins. What do you want me to... Oh, I have to just finish the research. Lucky cargo is just... No. So now the only quest that I have left to do is coordinates from the tower, but for some weird reason that thing doesn't appear. Looks like I have to see a wreckage over there, interact with it, but it doesn't work for me, so I guess it is what it is. You know what? Let's just do some dredging, because I think it's important to see some of the changes as well. So this is one of the changes that was introduced in the game. And let's just see how much dredge we get from it, how many more resources. So they actually increase the amount of resources you get that, but they decrease the amount of experience you can get. So I don't know, it's a 50-50, but in my case it's a bad one, it's a bad trade, because I didn't need resources, I needed experience. There's no other way around it. I just have to spend maybe an entire day of 16 hours of grinding just to get to level 27. Well, I guess we're level 25, so that's only 2 levels away. You might be wondering, why is it so important? Well, it's important because in order to do the endgame crafting, you actually need a boat where you can actually put the stuff that you craft in the endgame crafting on it. That's going to be annoying, because otherwise I cannot really use the super structures that are at tier 5. This boat is too small. Yeah, this boat is too small. Even the anchovy trawler is not really big enough. As you can see, that was 1 diamond. We'll just call them diamonds. You can call them pips or whatever, or points or any. I also have to look at all of their skills, because I saved a lot of their skill points because I knew I was not going to be happy with what they give me. That was not actually that good. Let's try another one. That was actually pretty bad. That was just like a regular spot before the loot was increased. In the morning when I tried it, I actually got a lot of weapon parts. I was getting 2 stacks of weapon parts sometimes, so I got about 100 weapon parts in 10-15 minutes. I guess I just got lucky then. Oh, maybe he wants to board that or whatever. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm officially just missing one single quest to finish the entire quest line in the game, which is a massive effort. To be honest, it's not really worth it unless they add more quests to the storyline. I guess he's just dredging over here. It's very hard to do it with your back. I don't know, sometimes it seems like some of the diamonds are bigger than the others, but they're not really that much bigger. I missed this one 100%. Yeah, sometimes it's problematic to have such a fast boat.
Stop, Captain. It's the witch's boil.
I guess you can mess around
We
with
don't
some of
stop.
the other players, but I don't do that.
Run through half the hall.
That's still not the increased loot. I guess I'll have to pay a little more.
The boil is gone. So we can move
Have the
on.
rest.
I recommend that you check the state of the hull.
Sure, we'll do it. Also, the smaller spots are actually much better right now, but apparently the smaller spots have a bigger respawn time. What are the smaller spots? Well, these things over here. They have much better loot than the bigger ones, but they seem to be on a random respawn or something like that. I don't know. I don't see any logic to them. Most of the times they'll be empty. My boat got so damaged in that fight over there. It was pretty scary because it got suddenly so dark and I was surrounded by enemies maybe. Yeah, they need to put some loot over there because otherwise I don't think anyone will do it. The cost in repairs, yeah, not worth it for 400 experience as a reward and no looting from the boss, but that was a crazy Mad Max-like scene. What are you doing there? I'm dredging. Leave me alone. Yeah, that was... The machine guns don't really hurt me. But the flying brick does hurt me. Come on guys, leave it alone. Also someone said that if you destroy the big thing you'll get medallions, but I never have gotten medallions from destroying it. I only get random stuff like that, see? Oh yeah, this is definitely where you can see the increased spawn of the dredge points, because this was what, 4 dredge points? Yeah, 4. Okay, confirmed. So I guess it's still RNG, but overall it's much better loot from the enemies and from the dredge points. Well, I guess it's still going to be a problematic one, because sometimes you'll get a lot, sometimes you'll not get anything. You have randomized stacks, so I guess only the number of the stacks is the same. But you can also just get, what, 20 scrap and a few ammunition. 1 ammunition stack for that. Anyway, with the last base upgrade I can make 1 explosive with 25 ammunition, so that's basically 1 explosive per dredge point dredged. Oh, nice. I'm just getting ready for tier 5 stuff.